How did your friends and peers react to that statement, seeing it in the newspaper?
The title of my op-ed was Small Acts of Hate. I'm sure you guys all know the saying, small acts of kindness. You know, you do your part and slowly it can really change a community. I think it's the same for small acts of hate. Whether it's what you say or what you do, it can really change an environment. And I think that's what's happening in schools all over Toronto and really globally. I was talking about this with a close family friend of mine, Elly Gotz, who was a Holocaust survivor, and he gave me actually many transcripts to read from, and from people my age during the war. And one was Andrew Solomon, which was in the 1930s, and he talks about his school experience in Hungary, and I really related to it, and I realized how much it equates to what we're going through in Toronto. And he starts basically off by saying how they were just small remarks, not much anti-Semitism, but things that made him feel uncomfortable, like saying, oh, you're different, you know, you're a good Jew, you're not dirty, you're clean. Things that should be a compliment, but made everyone feel just uncomfortable. And I realize that's happening a lot today without people noticing it, you know, these small comments that add up. And I think it's the same as small acts of hate. He then goes on to say that it got worse, that slowly these comments turned into acts of violence, and then suddenly school was over. By no means am I equating what we're going through to the Holocaust, but it does show that these small actions really do make an impact in the long run, and that if we don't stop it now, it can be a snowball effect. And you know, I go to Northern, which is the biggest school in all of TDSB, and if you walk down the hallways, you can see everyone express themselves in all ways, whether it's how they do their hair, their makeup, or their clothing. And I realized that my friends weren't allowed to do the same thing. We had to take off our Star of Davids, we took out our last name from our Instagrams, little things that went unnoticed, but they were little small acts, and it does impact how people feel in a community.